I want to do a real quick update because I've been talking about waiting for the summer 2022 case. It still hasn't arrived, but there's been some interesting developments with the TF2 cases. Some very, very, very nice developments. I'm talking too quickly. I need to slow down, but I'm so excited. Tough break. Let's grab you two. Can't forget about you, and we'll also do summer 2020 because why not? So, well, actually, there's a good point to talk about summer 2020, and we'll talk about it now. Summer 2020 case came out late August, like August 21st, if I recall. This ended up becoming a very limited stock case. Over the course of these past 2 years, we've already gone down to about 24,000. The price of this case is now sitting at 24 cents. Huh. And what did I just point out earlier with the time and the date? Well, I didn't actually properly refer to the date, but we're now entering August, and we still haven't received that summer 2022 case. Huh. And remember what I said. This came out in August. It was limited quantity. It has very nice things in it which people were trying to chase. Therefore, the quantity overall just kept going down and down and down. And because of that, the price keeps going up and up and up. It's a very nice, slow, but steady investment. And I bought about, 1,000 of these? 1,500? Maybe 2,000. I can't even remember. I got a lot of them. And I've made some very nice profits because of this. But it's been slow and steady. And if we see another case in a very similar spot to it, which also has very interesting hats in it, we could see the exact same thing happen all over again. But we don't fully know just yet. Like, we got to leave it for a bit. So until we see this new case, until we see what's actually in it, then we'll start talking about it. But at the moment, if we still keep waiting and waiting and waiting, and it ends up being late August as well, we potentially have another summer 2020 case on our hands. But it'll be summer 2022. Let's just keep talking. So, Tough Break did have more cases put on the market, but Tough Break is also increasing in price. It's now up to 47 cents. We are pretty much just around the corner from reaching the highest point we reached last year, 60 cents. In fact, I can see the 88 cents just over here. We're going to reach $1 this year, aren't we? We are going to reach $1 by the time we reach Halloween. So let me just quickly give you an understandable what usually happens. Let me just kind of elaborate on this. So usually we wouldn't see any proper moves happen with the cases until around August time, usually later in August. But I think it's a mix of me telling people and servers and just the word going around. So many more people are starting to make moves earlier. It's now the end of July, but now tons of people are jumping in and buying out the likes of the Tough Break case. And not just that, Crimson Cash. Crimson Cash is now sitting here at 80,000 quantity. Price now is 18 cents each. It's already doubled in price. No, it's for the price I bought them for, they've almost tripled in price. So, yeah. It's ridiculous, but so many people are on board. How is it going to be over the course of the next 2 months? We've still got how long until October? A good 8, 9 weeks, and then we're in October. But please, let me just point this out to you. With so many people buying in, right? With so many people buying in with the pure intent to sell, if everybody starts selling, there's going to be problems, but the price obviously will go down. But you know, when are people likely going to sell? So let me just talk about the first expected spike or trend upwards for the case. The case is, we normally would expect the trend to start off around August, the anticipation time. We can see that with Tough Break. We'll look at the history. So if you recall last year, when we're looking at this, I've showed it off in my video. The proper trending upwards started around August. Thank you for the subscription. Clearly he enjoys the knowledge I pass on. So thank you for the sub. But yeah, the trend only started around August time. But this year, well, actually, technically speaking, we're kind of in the same sort of position. I mean, the strides for people moving now kind of already happened around earlier in July. So maybe my video influenced, maybe. But yeah, this is where we expect the anticipation period. Now, what happened here, if you recall, was Operation Riptide came out for CSGO. Took up all the attention and everybody's money, basically. What kept it going, though, was the fact that we had the Pumpkin Moon, the God tier effect. So it went up higher in price again. What we are expecting again, all over again, is the anticipation, which we're pretty much already going through, as we can see over here. Anticipation going on strong. But then, what's going to really push it even higher is if we get those new unusual effects that are very desirable. Will we get very desirable new Halloween effects? So will we get any more God tier effects? If we do, cases will go even higher. If we don't, cases will stagnate and then they'll start to go down in price because everybody's trying to sell them. What's happening when there's very good effects is people feel the sudden need to keep buying them out because they want to keep opening them because they want to get those unusual effects. They are chasing to get those new unusual effects onto hats that are in good cases. So, if more and more people are trying to sell them compared to the people trying to buy them, then of course the price will start to go down. So we're probably maybe going to hit a stumbling block at some point, maybe in August, where there's going to be so many people that are buying them with a pure intent to sell, and they're going to keep rising in price. There's going to be a point where someone's going to be like, I'm happy to sell them now. And then they'll start selling. And then other people notice they're selling. And then they might start selling. And then everybody starts selling. So just be aware of this. With so many people buying in, you have to realise that, yes, you've jumped in to make an investment, but if you're going to want to sell them, that you've got to be aware that other people are probably going to be trying to sell them as well. So do you sell during the hype of anticipation, which is going to be August and September, it looks like? Or are you going to cross your fingers and hope that great effects come out with the Halloween update? Because if we do get great effects, yes, the peak will happen during the whole Halloween event. Because loads of people will be buying out those cases to try and get those new effects if they're good. But if they're not good, yeah, unfortunate, isn't it? So, yeah, I just felt the need to point this out because in a matter of about, 2 months, I've seen this less than half. It's ridiculous. But I am well aware of people that already owned tens of thousands of these. They just listed them all onto here to save some space. They have removed a whole batch of them. We are looking at 80,000 now, and about 8 weeks ago we were looking at about, 180,000, 170,000? It's ridiculous. But it's probably only going to get a little bit more ridiculous. So, TF2 case is looking pretty good. I wasn't crazy. I told you, all you CSGO investors, I told you they're a good investment. They are reliable. The pattern always happens. All we have to do now is wait a little bit longer. So,